Hello, everyone. I'm Governor John Carney. I'm really excited to be with all the folks on the screen with us today to sign a proclamation in observance of Principals Month. As I think about all the folks up and down our state, men and women who work in our schools every day, those leaders that are principals and assistant principals in school buildings across our state are so critically important for the success of our children. They set the tone. They listen to teachers and parents and engage the whole community. They set the high expectations. They put together the team necessary to make sure that every child is successful. And we've got some great leaders here with us today, starting with Secretary Mark Holodick, a former principal, teacher and principal, and superintendent himself. I'm really excited today because last night we got approval from the third school district in Newcastle County for our Wilmington Learning Collaborative, and we know that principal leadership is going to be an incredibly important part of our efforts there. So to those of you who are our reigning principals of the year and assistant principals of the year, congratulations. Thank you for the really fantastic work that you do. To all the other principals and assistant principals out there, making sure that every child in our state has an opportunity to learn and be successful and meet our goals for third grade reading proficiency, middle school math, graduation. All of those things are so critically important. We know that principals make it happen. Principals are the leaders of their respective teams, of the men and women who work in our classrooms every day. So thank you to each of you. I'm honored to have the opportunity to proclaim this month as Principals Month, and to turn it over right now to our leader of the Department of Education, Secretary Holodick. Thank you, Mark, for the work that you do and the work of your team.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you for recognizing these leaders who are so critical to the success of our students and educators. My own career in the classroom and as a school and district leader, as well as a parent, reinforces for me just how pivotal principals are to schools' success. Research shows that the most critical in-school factor to a student's academic success is a strong teacher, and that our teachers are most likely to achieve that success when they are supported by a strong school leader. School leaders who are student-centered, focused on data, and have both the knowledge base and the passion to lead our schools have the opportunity to impact academic growth of hundreds, some cases even thousands of students that they serve over time. Our school leaders face many demands from all sides these days. They must make crucial and critical and often very challenging decisions. And that's why it is so important that we as a state continue to support leadership coaches and professional learning opportunities for our school leaders. They can easily become isolated in their roles, and we need to continue investing in them and supporting them. And they also need to know that their work is recognized and appreciated. And that's why days like today, events like this, it's more than just being symbolic. It is genuinely expressing our gratitude for the important work they do with our children and our families. It is critical that we provide these leaders with the support, the gratitude that they deserve to sustain them in one of the most challenging roles in the educational system. And it's also nice to be here in this proclamation event with so many school leaders who I know personally and consider to be friends. All of you, I say thanks for the amazing work that you do. I'll turn it back over to you, Governor.
Yeah, thank you. Normally I would go to the Lieutenant Governor after I speak, but I'd like for her to wrap it up as we go through our practitioners. And so Secretary Holodick, thank you for your comments. Next up, we'll go to Dr. Tammy Croce, who's the Executive Director of the Delaware Association of School Administrators. Thanks for what you and your organization does to promote the education of our children here in Delaware.
Thank you, Governor. October is designated annually as National Principals Month to recognize the essential role that principals and assistant principals play in school achievement and student success. A nationwide celebration of the principalship, National Principals Month is an initiative of the National Association of Secondary School Principals, the National Association of Elementary School Principals, the American Federation of School Administrators. The Delaware Association of School Administrators would like to express its deep appreciation for the daily efforts principals and assistant principals make to provide for the academic success and well-being of each student. And I would like to acknowledge Delaware's 2022 National Award winners, Dr. Christina Failing, NASSP Delaware Principal of the Year, Principal at Postoid Middle School, Ms. Chandra Phillips, NAESP Delaware National Outstanding Assistant Principal, currently Principal now at Seaford Elementary School, Dr. Holly Langley, NASSP Delaware Assistant Principal of the Year, Assistant Principal at Sussex Tech, and Ms. Cindy McKenzie, NAESP Delaware National Distinguished Principal, Principal at Lulu Ross Elementary. Congratulations to all of our award winners. And I'll send it back to you, Governor Carney.
Yeah, congratulations to those reigning Assistant Principals of the Year and Assistant Principals of the Year. We thank you for your great work. We know, as I said earlier, that the work you do is critical to the teamwork in each of those individual schools and the success of all those students, and the data that you use to drive that success is so critically important. So congratulations. Enjoy the limelight that you get. Obviously, from day to day, you don't probably get the appreciation that you deserve, but we know the important work that you do. Next up, we have Dr. Evelyn Edney, who's the head of school at the Early College High School at Delaware State University, the Little Hornets, as I like to call them, and long history as a principal in our state. We appreciate you being with us and help us to celebrate Principals of the Month.
Wonderful. Governor Carney, Lieutenant Governor Hall Long, and Secretary Holodick, we thank you so much for taking time out today to honor our principals. We have had a couple of years of craziness, as everyone knows, leading in a pandemic. We're the first people to do that, and it was very tough. And Chris and Chandra and Holly and Cindy represent the very best of what we have to offer. They are resilient, flexible, they have heart, and they lead their schools in such a way that they keep their teachers happy, which makes our students happy. So on behalf of the Delaware Association of School Principals and the president of it, who's Sherry Kiowski, who couldn't be with us today, and on behalf of the National Association of Secondary School Principals, we thank you for what you do, and just keep on doing it. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Edney, and congratulations again to our honorees. Our Lieutenant Governor's with us as well, and we'd like to her, she has already signed the proclamation that I'm going to read in a moment, but take us home with some final comments, Lieutenant Governor Ho Long.
Thank you, Governor Carney. And as you know, it's a privilege to be here and to wrap up. I think a lot of the key words have been mentioned from our secretary and our remarkable award winners. As an educator and a mom myself who has witnessed firsthand everything that you all do every day, I think you've heard it pretty much described that you are the heartbeat, the center component, and as award winners, really so well deserved. Many describe principals, assistant principals as kind of the air traffic controllers of a school. Because you are just that. You really manage everything from the time a child enters the school to when they're home during the summer. And as you just mentioned, Doc, it was a tough year during COVID and the pandemic. You managed that, and today you are champions and leaders. And to each of you who are award winners, thank you for uplifting the social emotional needs of our children at this time and their families, and doing so with a real bright lens on equity. And as our governor mentioned, as he's rolling out the Wilmington Learning Collaborative, which will be a great model for replication, hopefully eventually across our state, I think each of you recognizes that importance of evidence-based practice, equity, and how that impacts physical and social emotional health. So, Governor, I'm delighted to be here with these remarkable teachers and principals, and I will let you take it home. I signed it earlier, so it's off to you now.
And I would be remiss, Dr. Endy, if I did not also recognize the incredibly difficult circumstances that all educators and principal leaders in particular have experienced over the last, I guess it's 2.5 years. It feels like 10 years to me from where we sat. Lieutenant Governor, I know, feels the same way, but each of you just came up big in terms of making sure that our children were safe, they were in school to the extent that that was possible. And even now, with the challenges that we face with some of that lost in person at time, to get our students where they need to be going forward is the biggest challenge, I think, facing all of us. And so it really is a privilege for me to proclaim October Principals Month in the state of Delaware. And let me read a few of these whereas clauses. Whereas the state of Delaware and the nation rely on the education of our children that they receive in elementary, middle, and high schools. And whereas within our schools, principals set benchmarks for success and quality, establishing those high expectations for all students and faculty. And whereas a principal's guidance directly impacts the effectiveness of our teachers who strive to deliver quality instruction to all our students. And whereas leadership in a scholastic environment is an elaborate and intricate job, which requires the principal to assume the responsibilities of a liaison between the school and the surrounding community. And whereas Principals Month celebrates the remarkable contributions our school principals make to education in the state of Delaware each and every day. Now, therefore, we, John Carney, Governor, that's me, and Bethany Hall, Lieutenant Governor, we've just heard from her, do hereby declare October 2022 Principals Month in the state of Delaware, and urge all Delawareans to support and commend and celebrate the efforts of school principals in their communities across Delaware. There we go. It's Principals Month in the state of Delaware.